This is the VO Life. Positive conversations about living the voiceover life. Insight into the business and day-to-day grind of being a regular Joe VO. From the humble beginnings to the finally hitting a new level to getting that first big client. It's all about that VO life. Here's your host, Troy Holden.
Hey, and here we are again for the VO Life, episode 67. Welcome. And this one is going to be short because it's kind of got the title of, what's that wonderful song, Time for a Cool Change? You remember that one? That's kind of where I'm at today. Time for a cool change. A couple of things that I'm likely to make some changes with and why, and just want to explain them here in the next few minutes. The VO Life has been a wonderful thing for me. I love doing the podcast. I love having the Facebook page. I've loved helping people and still love to help people. But as I've mentioned a couple times, some weeks, some days it can get overwhelming. I have to focus on the number one reason I do what I do, and that's to build a voiceover career. That I have got into this full time. I need to get into it more robustly. There's things I need to be doing better and things I need to be doing more of, and there are things I need to be doing less of. Not to say that, I'm walking away from all this. No, I'm not. I enjoy this too much. But I am going to pull the podcast back to 2 episodes a month, where I can do 2 things. I can make them much more relevant and put a little bit more time into looking into it, and what I want to go into it. And whether it be an interview or it just be a topic, I want it to be more relevant for everybody, and it be, not just off the cuff stuff. Because like I said a few weeks ago, when you're into this many episodes, you've covered pretty much everything unless something new comes along. I mean, I've went over all the things of setting up, how to get started, the pitfalls of this and that, so there's not really a lot more basic stuff to cover. So what I'd like to do is get more in depth and do a better job of putting out some good relevant information just a couple times a month. And so that's going to be the premise going forward. The other thing is with the VO Life overall, the Facebook page, etc. It's all set up to where people who are fairly new to voiceover, and some of us have been in it a little longer, I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary, that you have a place to go where you're not going to feel inferior and you're not going to feel stupid or, dumb questions. You can come in there and ask those questions and get answers. I'm not as involved in answering questions some days as I should be or maybe need to be, but it is what it is because, as I said, I've got to focus on building this career and building my brand. So that part I don't focus on as much, and I'll admit that. I'm not having as many meetups. It's hard for me to do the sessions to where we do the reads. It's just hard because either A, nobody can do it at the same time, B, I can't do it at some of the times, and C, we all have a life. My home life's a little different than others. I have a farm/ranch or whatever you want to call it. I've got livestock, horses, 16 acres. I've got that to keep up during the summer. Of course, there's grass to cut. There's hay coming in. I had to get my barn ready today for hay coming in. We're under a heat warning tomorrow when the guy's bringing the hay. Great. Let's all go out there and freaking have a heat stroke. But I've got that going on. My wife only works on weekend nights. So Monday afternoon when she gets up, she's on my schedule Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I try to get up and get my work done in the mornings, and I have sucked at getting up at 7 o'clock. I used to be up at 5:30, and I'll just tell you guys, this being home and sleeping late is awesome, but I'm really going to rein myself in this next week that at 7 o'clock, I'm up. By 7:30, I'm in the booth, or I'm at my edit desk working, doing marketing. because I have got to jump on auditions. I've got to jump on emails. I've got to jump on things and get them done. Early bird gets a worm, and I believe that. I mean, you've got to hustle, and part of that hustle is get your butt out of bed and hustle. So I've got to get back to that next week. But my goal with that is she knows I've got to work. Just because I'm home doesn't mean I can go outside and play around all day. I adjust my schedule based on things going on, doctor's appointments. We got to go pick up a car at the body shop in the morning. There's things going on. I adjust to that, and I'll take care of that. But on a normal day, I want to be able to come in and work 7:30 to about 2:30. And somebody said, well, that's a short day, Mr. Banker. That's, you can get a lot done 7:30 to 2:30. If I have to come back later and finish something up, I will. But I'd like from 2:30 to 6, I want to get my things done here, or things, to spend time with her, because it's kind of like it's her weekend during my work week. So it's kind of hard, and I have to work at that. What I want to do is make that work the best way possible while I'm building my career. And she is very supportive of me building this career. She wants this to work. I had some conversation this week with a couple of very good friends of mine in voiceover, and we talk a lot on Facebook and a private chat. And I had run across an interview with a very young Eddie Murphy, and he was talking about, people say, I want to do this and I want to do that. And, they really don't set their head to it. And, you've got to set your mind to it. You've got to go after it. You got to make a plan. And he said, the worst thing you can do is make a backup plan. And I've heard this before in different ways, but he said, if you make a backup plan, it's always there, and you've got the ability to fail and go back to that. And he said, so many people do that because they had a backup plan. He said, I never had a backup plan. I was going to come here and succeed. I like that. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to totally stop thinking about, what if I have to go back to a regular job? What if I have to do this or that? You know what? There's no what if. It's not going to happen. I've already seen good increase month to month. I've already seen I'm booking more. I've already seen that I am learning. If there's a drawback to me going full-time when I did, and as quickly as I did, it's that I couldn't put back enough to have it there for more coaching and more of that type stuff. All my equipment's set up. I got a booth. Everything's set up. I'm in great shape. But I really wish I had put back a bigger chunk for coaching / training / education, etc. I didn't. If you're working full time and you can keep all that going longer, that's great. And I think that's a great thing to do. But that's the only regret. But here's the thing. It is what it is, and what I need to do is hustle and make more to where I can continue to do that. And I'll get there. I know I will get there. I'm seeing the signs that I can, but there's some things I want to invest in and do training-wise that right now, this instant, no, I can't do that. I'm saving to make sure I can go back to VO Atlanta. I'm saving in case I have a computer crash. I do have a backup tower. I do have a backup laptop. I've got things to go to if something goes down, but if I need to buy another one, which hopefully I won't for years, these things should last a while. But my tower is only a couple months old, but you have to be prepared for all that. So, that's a big piece of it. So as I make all this work and back to the Eddie Murphy thing, I no longer have a backup plan. I'm not going to have a backup plan. This is the only plan. I'm going to make it. It may take me a couple of years to hit 6 figures, but I will get there. And I just believe that because of the way things keep compounding and falling into place. Yes, I had to go full-time a little quicker than I meant to, but it wasn't a bad thing. It was just a little quicker. And we were planning to adjust next year for it, but we had to adjust this year. And we're doing okay. It's going to be fine. But then, of course, like I've said on here before, there's been crazy circumstances and things happen to us as a family that we didn't expect that burdened us during January, February, and March. It's just been crazy. And some of that is finally starting to work itself out, and it'll be okay. So anyway, But I don't want anybody to think I'm going to abandon the VO life. That's not what I'm doing. I've just really got to focus on what I'm doing. I want to continue to grow working with people on demos. I enjoy that a lot. Again, not professional demos. This is just helping people get something better. And the key to this, I think, is getting someone to listen to you when you record your demo spots and helping you make them better. And it's not so much the way I mix them together or the production I put into it. I think it's the fact that we work together, whoever the VO artist is, and we make the reads better than what they could do alone. So I think that's a lot of it, and as I watch the Chuck Duran live videos, or not live, but the YouTube video stuff where he's directing, I thought, it's really very similar to what I've done with some of these people. I'm no Chuck Duran, my gosh, no. I mean, his production capabilities are just through the roof. They put out a fantastic demo. But the ability to hear how someone's reading something and trying to help them through it to get it better, I can't coach you. I can't tell you what to do. I can just say it this way. Try saying it this way instead. I can't give you some pattern to put in your head to make you do it over and over. But it still makes it better. All right. So that's my summer news blast. That's my, we're going to cool things down a little bit with just a couple of podcasts a month. And I'm really going to focus on what I need to do. And that's what we all should be doing. Let's focus on what we need to do. Appreciate everyone being a part of the VO Life group and Facebook. I always look forward to posting comments there. I try to look at those every day, a couple times a day. And I do appreciate your support of this podcast. And I really hope it actually ups the game and makes it better. And I'm able to latch on to some even better guests. I haven't had a guest on in a while. And I'll try to work on that the next couple of weeks and see who I can bring aboard that would be interesting and is not on 100 other podcasts. That's the trick. Everybody is on everybody's podcast. But anyway, hey, folks, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all your support. I do appreciate it so much. And I look forward to continuing to meet up with you here every couple of weeks. And I also look forward to seeing your post in the VO Life Facebook group. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon.
This has been the VO Life with Troy Holden. If you'd like to consult with Troy one-on-one, visit his website and schedule time at TroyHoldenVoices.com. Join the VO Live Facebook page and interact with other new voice talent. Join the VO workouts or the midweek meetup on the VO Live page events. And be sure and leave a review on Apple and let us know what you'd like us to cover on the podcast. You can also get all of the episodes on Troy's YouTube page. Just search for Troy Holden Voices. That boy is everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. Next thing you know, he'll have a streaming TV show. God forbid. And I will.